Are internet debates toxic? And what even are the point of internet debates? I say this because there's been two people that recently have risen to prominence. Maybe Destiny's been around longer, but Destiny and Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson's a little bit newer, who their debate styles are really just, I'm going to win at all costs. And yes, I'm going to listen to what the other person's saying, but I'm not here to have my mind change. I'm not here to pursue truth. This is my opinion of what I think they do. I'm here to crush you. And I think can be entertaining, but I don't know if this is ultimately helpful. And as someone who's a fan of internet debates, I actually way rather prefer someone who say they're like a Republican and someone who's a Democrat coming together, but they're not just trying to crush each other. They're basically giving, here's my best argument, here's my best argument. Where do we agree? Even if they leave still totally disagreeing with each other, at least the audience, you can kind of make up your mind. Like, the thing about a debate, in my opinion, is, especially if it's online, there's basically three parties. There's the person debating number one, person debating number two, and then there's the audience. And as the audience member, sure, it's fun to watch like those clips of Ben Shapiro in the past, like wrecking libs, like he did in 2016, but I think it's more interesting when a smart person debates another smart person, and they're just laying out what they think is their best argument and seeing where the truth is or where they can disagree and where they do agree, perhaps. So I'll show a clip here of Andrew Wilson with a comedian named Dave Smith.
Know what transcendental?
Right,
do you know what transcendental categories are?
I don't understand the words.
It sounds like you don't understand.
Okay, explain it to me like I'm really stupid. I don't understand using preference-based morality.
Got it. So can you make justification then?
1 second. Let me try to finish the sentence here. Listen, dude, I know I don't know anything about you. I don't know why Jacob thought this was going to be a good idea. I know
Tarianism, and you're going to come over to Christian ethics, right?
No.
But I thought you made your justification based on divine command.
So, okay, listen, it's clear that
Great point, dude. You're right. Though you get the point I'm making.
Yeah, sure. So can you answer the question now?
Yeah, dude. Listen, man. Do you want to like have a decent back and forth here, or like do you want to not?
You're still not answering the question.
Okay.
Can you justify why it's actually wrong for two consenting adults?
Yeah. See, the thing is, I am answering the question. You're just kind of being a dick
and
trying to win the debate.
When are you going to answer the question, Dave?
All right, give him a chance.
So is that actually, like, does anyone listening to this think this makes for like good debate tactics? No, you actually are not like recognizing that there's a difference between these two things. So
I just told you I do.
Let's leave him.
All right. Do you guys want to do this, man? I fucking like honestly, dude.
We've talked way more than I have, Dave. I just want you to answer my question. Can you justify it or not, bro?
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I'll go back to saying, do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to like do a show here, or like what's the point of this?
You want to? I asked you specifically if you wanted a conversation or a debate. You said a debate. We're debating.
No. I didn't say that. I said we could do whatever you want to do, dude.
Yeah. So we're doing a debate. So let's not do a meta conversation. Just answer the question.
A debate doesn't mean you talk over me every time I try to answer.
I just want you to answer.
So those clips were kind of just pulled from sort of the middle to beginning of that debate, maybe about 30 minutes in. And my question is basically just, is that really what you want to watch as a viewer? Because it's not really what I want to watch. I don't want to watch the constant interruption and the constant, oh, did you say that? Oh, that's not what I said, and blah, blah, blah. Like, just clearly just trying to make the other person look dumb, really. I mean, just not letting the other person finish, jumping in, oh, answer the question, blah, 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 like following these little traps that you're trying to set, and not my favorite anyway. And I'm going to show another person here named Destiny, and he's not really debating anyone in particular in this clip, but he's just responding to someone from his YouTube chat room. But watch how unhinged Destiny is. It's actually quite unbelievable that this guy comes on this, or just Destiny streams, and just yells at his own audience like this. But here it is.
Let's see. At Destiny, good morning. Britain did a poll about whether multiculturalism is working, and 95% of respondents said no. Most people in all European countries think they have taken in too many migrants. Okay, if the population is against it and the migrants are illegally coming into the country, is illegal immigration into European countries a huge problem? Is it illegal immigrants that are a huge problem? I thought it was like the 2013 Syrian refugee crisis that increased it a ton. I don't know. I'd have to go and look. Isn't it accurate to label it as an invasion? No, invasions are usually things done by like other countries. A bunch of people coming to your country, you wouldn't typically call an invasion. Also, if the majority of people in a country don't want it and their leadership go ahead with it anyway, how can it be called a democracy? Because chances are the majority of your people in your country do want it. They just don't understand it, or they don't understand the policies that they're voting on or what they're actually asking for. When you ask somebody like, do you like multiculturalism? Most people hear multiculturalism as a retarded buzzword, and they start like voting yay or nay based on that. But if you start like running down policies for seasonal workers or for importing like certain goods or services or whatever, then people are like, oh no, I like this. Oh no, I like this. Oh no, I like this. So I don't know. Multiculturalism is what a bizarre fucking concept to be for or against. Like that's like saying like, are you for or against economy? Like, okay, this is literally the opposite of your take for voting shit. What did I just say that you think is the opposite of my take for voting shit? What? And yet another topic Destiny has no knowledge on, immigration good. That's like literally the fucking orthodox opinion throughout all of the history of all of fucking economics. Yes, you retarded fuck. Immigration is always going to be good for your economy. Just as a virtue of the fact that like increasing supply of workers and increasing demand for goods and services is almost domestically always going to increase your economy. Now, are there other effects that could be negatively affected? Sure. Could it like increase like crime or cause political division? Sure, of course. But like on an economic side, obviously, so, like labor is one of your largest inputs to your economic prosperity. So of course, increasing supply of workers is almost, and immigrants tend to be people that are your workers. They tend to be younger. They tend to be more active in the workforce. They tend to be, depending on where you're at, they could be more male. So they work like, yeah, it's just, yeah, you can be anti-immigration if you want to be without being a fantastic moron that lives in denial of what immigration does. Not illegal immigration at all. Even illegal immigration tends to have neutral fiscal benefits and will also have like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't help you. I don't understand. You, in your mind, the economy is like a moral thing that is like a byproduct of the morality of your society. It's not, you retard, right? Economics, your economy will grow if you increase a lot of the inputs to the economy and you can handle the inputs. In the United States, our unemployment right now is like 3.3%. If you shipped in 50 million illegal immigrants, it would probably be a massive boon, very helpful for the economy. That doesn't mean it's all good, and it doesn't mean we should do it. But to try to like live in La La Land, we're like, yeah, immigration is actually bad for everything. You sound like a fucking retard because you are a fucking retard. Yeah, no, there isn't any context to this. Immigration is just good in general, am I right? It doesn't reduce the value of labor. Corporations don't pay 0% tax on their labor compared to hiring Canadians. Epic argument, bro. Labor should actually be infinite. I think that, you know what, bro? You should have it so minimum wage is $700 an hour, bro. Because apparently labor costs going down is always bad and horrible. Therefore, it should just be as high as possible. You should make labor $50 billion an hour. You're so smart. Have you messed with the heads-up display for any cars? It's so game-changing. The only heads-up display I like for cars is when your mom displays her up ass when she's giving me head in my car.
I think that last bit is just kind of a bad joke, but throughout the clip there, I mean, he's really going at that chatter, and that's not out of the norm for Destiny. Like, I was someone who probably for the last like 18 months or so was somewhat of a fan of Destiny, even though I disagree with him on a lot of stuff. I was generally a fan of him because he was pretty reasonable. He's definitely smart and he's definitely articulate, but he is like, I think has way too big of an ego about this stuff. Jordan Peterson explains how his experience was with Destiny. Jordan Peterson will explain it better than I do, but Destiny, to me, I'm becoming less and less of a fan of him just because he goes into these, I think, just trying to crush and trying to win, and he's only caring about Destiny.
The problem with I found that likely I had the most qualms about that podcast of any podcast I've done. Well, the reason is see, I learned this when I was like 24. I learned that I had a proclivity to battle verbally to be right.
Okay.
Right? And that was a status thing. I'm right, you're wrong. So, that redounds to my credit. I use my verbal intelligence as a weapon of dominance. Well, I stopped doing that when I was like 23. I thought, that's the prideful worship of the Luciferian intellect. It's a really bad idea. Like, seriously, it's a seriously bad idea. And so I don't like talking to people who want to be right. And Destiny wants to be right. And so I found it It was out of my bailiwick because I usually talk to people who want to talk.
Yeah.
Right. And I can disagree with them. I disagree with Russell Brand about lots of things. We get along just fine.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason for that is that Russell talks and listens.
Yeah.
You know, he isn't hitting me with a hammer trying to be right.
Yeah.
And so I don't like those arguments. I don't like arguments.
No.
You know, and
So with that said, I'll end the video here. Let me know in the comments if you agree or you disagree, because perhaps I'm just wrong here. And like I say, maybe the guy like Destiny or Andrew Wilson would say, this is a form of cope. And if someone could come into the arena with us and debate us and prove us wrong, then maybe their argument's better. And the fact that we kind of come into these debates not necessarily caring about if we hurt the other person's feelings or whatever, and we're just kind of coming here to win, that's actually ultimately positive, because it shows that our argument in this case might actually be right. And if our argument's so wrong, it should be easy to poke holes in it. Like, I think I've heard Destiny say stuff like that, and perhaps that's the rationale, and just perhaps that's correct too. So maybe that is the better way to do it, and not be so kind of worried about, do I look good, or am I hurting the other person's feelings, or am I pursuing the truth in this case? Am I just trying to win? There might be a lot of utility in trying to win. I don't think so. I think there's more utility in, again, like I said at the beginning, smart person, just debating with each other, trying to find the truth, and kind of letting their ego go a little bit to say, okay, maybe actually you are right. I can't really refute that in this moment. And again, with what I see, a lot of the Andrew Wilson and Destiny is kind of a lot of attack stuff. And you could say, oh, just don't watch those two then. Don't watch Destiny, don't watch Andrew Wilson debates. It is getting, those two people are getting very popular right now. And personally, I don't want the internet debate sphere, which I'm a fan of. I like watching internet debates. I don't want it to turn into a bunch of people just trying to bite each other's heads off. I want to see more thoughtful disagreement, trying to pursue the truth. And I think you can learn a lot in those. Like, say it's, like I said, Republican and Democrat. If Democrats laying out their argument, Republicans laying out their argument, kind of like in their best arguments, say 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. I think as a viewer, you can learn a lot from that, just to say, like, kind of cut away a lot of the fat. Like, if you're in a debate with someone, you're just going to tell them the best arguments. You're not going to sit there and kind of ramble on like I am right now. So that's what I think the difference is. There's a difference between trying to just win the debate and trying to pursue the truth, even if you're wrong. So with that said, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.